want y'all to pay attention, because a lot of y'all, some people are in this situation, don't know how to get out, right? When they show you who they are, please believe these people. They are manipulators from the pits of hell. No.
This my love letter to my ex. Yeah, you know you put my patience through a test. Yeah, now I got the plan, see what's next. Yeah, you missed out on a real one.
Okay, y'all. So now this video is a little different, and this is speaking on the topic that we are always talking about, narcissism, and it's talking about like a live in person, real idiot. Yeah, it's a real idiot. Y'all finna hear how a narcissist really sound, because they, in their mind, they ain't never wrong. In their mind, they always justified for doing something, especially when it's dumb. And for some reason, he was just overly cocky. He like, I don't get it. Like, you know, I thank God that I ain't never ran into no men that cocky, because I would have had to hand him his ass for real. Because one thing you can't do when you're an empath and you're a strong-minded empath, when you come around people like that, narcissists, like sometimes it can end deadly, because they play too much. They play too much, you know, and they recognize who you are immediately. They realize they ain't got no, they can't wing themselves with you. They're not gonna try you. So we finna slide into this video real quick, right? So I want y'all to hear the beginning part of this, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think, you know, about this situation. And I got this video from Neek at Night. Neek at Night. I'm gonna post it at the bottom of the, just in case y'all want to go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She's got some good and some amazing content. So Neek at Night, and on this channel, you know, I don't mind giving other creators their props, because we all got valid points, and all we trying to do is bring awareness to this situation, because it needs to stop. It's crazy as hell. Well, come on, y'all, let's go ahead and get started on this video, right?
Wonder why I did what I did. Deception. Everything. I gave her every opportunity to walk away. I gave her every opportunity to be honest with me, but instead she chose to constantly deal in deception. And I'm tired of it, period.
Okay, so what you just seen right there was prime example number one of when a Dusty McCrusty tells you exactly who they are, believe them the first time, and run. It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night, and you're kicking it with me, Neek, the host, and the rest of my night owls. Now, today I'm going to be going over a case that happened ago, and this story is about a mother by the name of Ashley Harden and her dusty man by the name of Rayshawn Smith doing the unthinkable. Let's get into it.
A heartbreaking story this evening about one woman who recently passed away.
Rayshawn Smith is accused of kidnapping and murdering his girlfriend, Ashley Harden. And today we're getting a clearer picture of what happened that morning.
Now, basically what happened was on July 23rd, 2022, the Dusty that you just seen, Rayshawn Smith, took to his social media accounts to basically make excuses as to why he killed Ashley, or allude that he had done something very terrible to her. Unaware of what exactly was going on, her family then went into a panic and into a total frenzy.
Streets of Canal Street, Louisiana, New Orleans. I'm gonna flip it. Look at this man.
I'm just here. I know nothing at all. And wonder why I did what I did? Deception. Stop dealing in deception with people. When I met Ashley, I was openly polyamorous. I slept with women. I was upfront about it. I told her about my anger issues. I told her about my felony. I told her about prison. I told her about being controlling, violent, everything. I gave her every opportunity to walk away. I gave her every opportunity to be honest with me. But instead, she chose to constantly deal in deception. And I'm tired of it, period.
Okay, so I know a lot of y'all don't speak Dusty, so let me break down what he just says. I told her that I was a piece of doo-doo emoji, and I told her that I was the scum of the earth, and I told her that I wasn't ish, and I was violent, and I was uncontrollable, and I was emotionally unstable, and I was off my rocker, and she accepted me for that. I told her that I liked to bang a couple of few women, and she knew that. However, she portrayed to me to be something else, and for that reason, I feel like I'm able to be a scumbag, and she has to keep up with the image that she told me, or else I'm going to act erratic and do something that she will never, ever be able to wake up from. Let's continue.
And a lot of the deception is far beyond her. It comes from the Rockford fucking Black Church. When I met her, she had just stopped fucking a pastor in his church. In fact, she's with like 4 or 5 pastors here in Rockford. And it's not just her. The Rockford Black Church is corrupt as f***. They protect these predatory pastors. They give them money. All these fucking pastors around, they got all these goddaughters and young light-skinned girls that they taking on trips to other countries and to all these concerts and church this and that. And you stupid people in Rockford pay the tithes and offerings to pay for this shit. I know countless women with evidence that have dealt with these black pastors here in Rockford, and y'all go for it. One of the worst motherfuckers is Ronald. Look in his phone. Look in your daughter's phone if he's if your daughter go to his church. Look in her phone.
Okay, so on the next part of the video, he basically goes on to name different pastors in Rockford and different accusations and allegations that he alleged them to have. One pastor he claims is taking people on trips. Another pastor he claims is doing the hanky-panky with their daughter or goddaughter or whoever. Another pastor he alleges to be buying the Cuda cat. And he just makes all of these accusations. Now, he then goes to an ex of Ashley's and says that they were corrupt and sneaky together, and says that they had corrupt and sneaky children as well.
Ashley and Larry were sneaky and corrupt together, and they birthed 3 sneaky, corrupt children. Hate me for saying it, but it's the truth. And now Larry can get all the sympathy that he wants. He can get all the tithe and offerings that he wants. Fuck him. Do better. Y'all supposed to be so churchy. I've been looked down on by the black church my entire life. When me and Ashley first announced that we was around, my blood cousin Lynn Washington go try to warn her on Facebook. Why?
Perhaps if everybody was alarmed at her dating you and your cousin tried to warn her, they were probably trying to warn her against the inevitable that happened because you are a violent scumbag individual that took her life, and they were trying to warn her to get away from you so that nothing bad like this would happen. Now, after this video, her family seen it, and it just came off odd, weird, and strange. And they went into a panic, like I said, commenting under the post, demanding to know where Ashley is, accusing him of having her, and demanding to speak with her and turn her over. Her mother would be one of the first to beg him to please let her child go, and said the following. It appears there must have been a post and delete because the mother asked somebody what's their address. The sister told the person to also get with her mom with the information. The mother then replies, I want his address. I'm driving around looking for her. A friend chimes in and says, can someone do a welfare check? The sister replies, she is missing. That is all we know. Rayshawn, I know you're watching these comments. Where's my sister? Please tell us that. Unfortunately, their prayers would go unanswered as her body was found Saturday morning at 7:35 a.m. in the back of Rayshawn's workplace. Okay, so basically what happened was she started to smell this very, very strong smell of gasoline. And so once she smells this gasoline, she's trying to figure out, like, what is going on? Where is this smell coming from? What is happening? And she gets one of her she steps outside of her front door. And when she steps outside her front door, she notices a car across the street. Now, once she notices this car across the street, she signals for her minor child to go back inside the house. The son is sitting at home waiting for his mom to come back in. She never comes back in, and he starts to panic and get worried. He takes to social media, makes a video, tags his mom, and alerts the family that his mom is missing. The family gets wind of this social media post and immediately starts to beg for her safe return, and then come up across the video that I showed you guys previous.
Let's start first with the evidence police found when they arrested Smith. Police found Smith in his car hours after the alleged crime. They found a machete, blood, Hardin's phone, and zip ties. Police also found more zip ties and bullets where they found Hardin's body. And here's video of that scene where police found Hardin. The documents we have say Smith worked here at Echo Lab that's out in Roscoe. Police also used security footage to connect Smith's car to this building on the day that Hardin died. Smith's car first got on scene just before 3 o'clock in the morning. Shortly after that, Smith posted a video on Facebook where he tagged Hardin. In that video, he says Hardin and several pastors were corrupt, and also says people were going to wonder why he did what he did.
I made you cry when I walked away. Oh, and although I promised that I couldn't stay, baby, but every promise don't work out that way. No, 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 baby, every promise don't work out.
And singing her beautiful heart out. Now, Ashley was a woman who basically was this angelic soul who went to church, and she would, sing and sing and sing. And her friends basically admired her as a sweet, beautiful person.
Like this to happen.
I knew that he had problems, but I never, in my wildest dreams, never thought he would play God and decide whether she lives or she's gone. He pulled her from me where we didn't actually speak for 3 years, from 2017 until January of 2020, when she reached back out to me again. I just got married and was so happy for me. I don't have a big support system, but that girl was my support system.
So basically what happened was he was charged for the murder of Ashley Hardin and booked into jail. Now, she was said to be missing on July 23rd of 2022. Now, by October of 2022, he pled guilty for murdering Ashley, and by December 19th of 2022, he was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison for killing Ashley. Now, just days after his life sentence, he then took his own life by and now is resting somewhere, hopefully below ground, for what he did to this woman and taking his own life.
Documents reveal negligence from correctional officers and claim Smith's suicide in prison could have been prevented. Smith pled guilty in October to the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Ashley Hardin. A report from Illinois State Police says around 7 a.m. Christmas Day, Smith was found in his cell hanging from a torn bedsheet. The report says it wasn't until the next day guards found Smith's body.
Officials say correctional officer Lisette Ontiveros was supposed to check on Smith, but she didn't finish her rounds, even though she falsified in a logbook that she did before leaving for the night.
4 other officers were identified in the report who admitted they didn't check on the unit that evening.
He also was a author of a very struggled book that he admits had a lot of grammatical errors and was very jankily wrote.
I am a published author. The book is written in a very, very raw form because at one point in my life, I could barely read and write. When I wrote this book, I could barely read and write. I self-taught myself in a prison cell.
This book hopefully go to her children that she leaves behind and her family members, because her life was definitely gone and taken too soon by this Dusty McCrusty, who decided to then self-delete and take his own life like a coward.
Tragedies are commonplace, all kinds of diseases, people are slipping away, economy's down, people don't get enough pay, but as for me, all I can say is thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah.
Just encouraging folks to be thankful right now for all that's going on in the world. If you're still alive, if you're still able to work, your kids are healthy, your loved ones are healthy and safe, just be thankful. You know, could have been us.
Like, really, I want y'all to pay attention, because a lot of y'all, some people are in this situation, don't know how to get out, right? And when you know that you're dealing with a narcissist, first of all, when people tell you who they are, like she said, believe them. When they show you who they are, believe them. It is not a game. It is not a game, y'all. When they show you who they are, please believe these people. They are manipulators from the pits of hell. They are parasites from the pits of hell. Seriously. They never take accountability. They never. It just don't make sense. So, with that being said, if you know somebody that's in this situation, and even if you did not know in the beginning what you were dealing with, but you knew something was off, you need to start making an exit. And if the person is violent, you need to bring some people in with you. You need to get some help professionally. You need to get some power people involved. Don't be scared, because it could potentially be your demise. Like, you can be signing your death certificate if you don't move fast enough. You know. And so at the end of the day, once you finish looking at this video, I feel like, you know, he got mad because he couldn't get his way. You know, and it's crazy. So, okay. So as you saw the rest of the video, right? Let's take it back before we went to this spot, right? You see how he started talking about people in the church. He's never been accepted. This is what this church do. This is what these people do. Narcissism. That ain't got nothing to do with what the hell we talking about. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. You are always looking at somebody else's faults. But then as you fast forward, this fool had the audacity to write the most struggled book that ever was written. And you didn't even write it to, like, come on, man. What the hell? Narcissist. And then you wanted to take somebody else's life, but you want to dish it, but you can't take the heat. You want to dish the heat, but you can't take the heat. So what you do, you end up killing yourself because you could not take it. Really? So you go out like that? Well, why don't you, not promoting suicide or nothing, but why didn't you do that before you killed her? You killed this beautiful young lady. She can sing her tail off. Beautiful young lady. Took her away from her child or her children and her family and her friends. For what? So you went and told her, yeah, I sleep with women. Yeah, I got extra women. Yeah, I do this. And yeah, I do this and I do what I want to do. But you want her to remain the same? And still be faithful to you? First of all, let me just keep it 100, like with me. Because with me, if you bold enough to tell me that, that's number one. Ain't no fool ever been bold enough to tell me that. But if you bold enough to tell me that, please understand that's your last conversation with me. Number 2, if you show me that, I'm finna cut your ass off with no problem. I am never an option. I'm the choice. I am the choice. This is what we as people, it don't even matter if you're male, female, whatever you got going on. You have to get to the point where you're not an option. Don't let people make you an option. Because if you give them that ability to make you an option, they're going to keep on doing it. So why would you give them that freedom to do that, that ability to do that? That's crazy as hell to me. No, don't do that. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how much you in love with them. I don't care how much they make your body feel good, how much money they paying you. It's not worth your self-respect, your dignity, your peace of mind. It's real. People, you know what I'm saying? They going back and sleeping with somebody else, coming back to sleep with you. You do understand this disease is still out here, right? You don't know what they're going back and telling that other person. So far as you know, you might be cool with them being like that, but that other person's not. The other person ain't looking at them as the bad person. They're looking at you as the bad person. And then what'll happen? They come back and then do what? Be ready to off you. So now you done lost your life for what? For what? Because a dumb narcissist don't know how to stay disciplined, don't know how to be in a loyal and faithful relationship. I don't get people. Okay, it's one thing if you want to date and you want to date around. That's one thing. But if you and I are on this agreement that we together, then we together. We together. So why is it a third person, having to be added into it without me knowing? It just don't make sense. So back to the story at hand. Understand what y'all dealing with, man. When people tell you, they real bold. But when they show you, that's a whole different ball game. You don't need closure. You don't need them to come out and say, hey, I'm dealing with this person. Their actions gonna show. I just dealt with that. And I had to let that person go quicker than your ass can blink. You know how it is when they're in a relationship versus when they're not in a relationship. Conversation ain't the same. They only want to try to come by to sleep with you. Or, normally they are narcissists, so they need supply. Whether it's sex, whether it's money. Some of them ain't even got no food. No. It's more to life, and it is somebody out there for you. You just got to believe in yourself, work on you, and get yourself together. Get yourself together. That's the way that I look at it. Never let nobody belittle you. Never let nobody demean you. It's okay. They might not see your worth, and they ain't going to say nothing, because as long as they're able to get some type of supply from you, some of them just like to leave the door open where they can come in and out whenever they want to. Don't give them that ability. And if anybody that know me, and if you wonder why you block, understand why you block. I'm not finna play with your ass. I'm not finna play with you. You don't get to walk in and out of my life whenever you want to, when it's convenient for you. It don't work that way. I'm not going to let you do that to me. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? These people play too much, man. They play too much. And if 2020 didn't teach y'all nothing, I don't know what to tell you. It taught me, I was already woke, but it taught me to really be aware of your surroundings. People can be in your face and claim, yeah, I want to be with you. Yeah, I love you. I ain't never going nowhere. And then the next week, not even the next week, the next day, with a blink of an eye, they have turned into somebody else. All of a sudden, you block from their Facebook page. All of us out of nowhere, no warning. You don't even know what's going on. All because they couldn't manipulate you the way that the way that they wanted to manipulate you. So they decide in their mind that they gotta go. I'm telling you, discernment is real. Trust your gut. Discernment is real. Trust your gut. Do not ignore that. I don't ignore that for nothing. I had somebody wanted to be in a relationship with me, and he was rushing. I'm like, what's the rush for? Now I'm gonna take my time. And if you can't be patient, then you can hit the door. I don't owe you no explanation. I'm grown. We ain't got no kids together. But I'm gonna take my time because there's a reason why you rushing. I don't understand. And it came out. They needed supply. And I feel like, why are people rushing to be in a relationship when you can't even take care of yourself? That's a different video. I'm gonna make a video about that. Why are people rushing to take care of themselves? You can't even take care. Why are you rushing to be in a relationship with somebody you can't even take care of yourself? That's another video. That's all I got, y'all. Just rest in peace. Rest in peace to the young lady that lost her life due to a dumb and ugly, ignorant narcissist. Rest in peace. And this video is brought to just bring awareness. Bring awareness to the friends. Bring awareness to everybody. But, I mean no malicious harm to the family and friends, okay? So, other than that, that's all.